everyone, welcome back to Synergy Live, home of the Ambitious Wellness Center. Today we have Bernadette Lueck joining us again, and we're going to be talking about dinner. We've talked about before, meals don't have to be hard to be nutritious. They don't have to cost a lot, they don't have to take a lot of time. And so I'm really excited about this one because my family, we have busy lives, we're stressed. We get out of work and we say, what are we going to do for a meal? Because we don't have a lot of time, I'm tired, I don't want to spend a lot of time. And we typically sometimes go to this in America, which is our fast food.
Right.
Really excited to have you on today. And
Great, happy to be here. Happy to be here. So he talked about the scenario, Dr. Knox talked about the scenario of the hurried life. And we do have a problem with obesity in this country, and I think fast food is very contributory to that. So the typical scenario is your kids are hungry, you're hungry. What's the first thing you're going to do? Drive through the fast food place and pick up dinner.
Sure.
So for our purposes, I just have one serving. A family of four, you would pick up 4, 5, 6 of these and bring them home.
Extra value meal.
Extra value meal. I didn't include the soda in this one, but oftentimes people are going to have the soda with it.
Yeah.
So, but for our purposes, I'm just doing pretty simple here. And I'd like to show just what my version of a fast food meal that I would make at home.
Yeah.
The thing about home cooking is it's more nutritious.
Yes.
It lends itself to having your family together and eating together and talking, as opposed to this, which might be eaten in the car or in a haphazard way, in a fast way. So
Gotcha.
I'd like to show the difference.
Realistically, I mean, the reality of it, it takes time to go get the food.
Yes.
But then the gas it takes and how gas prices are going.
The gas it takes, you're waiting in line
like
at your waiting line at the fast food establishment. It really isn't that fast if you think about it.
Yeah, and then you're also not spending the time with your family to sit down and eat and have conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and with your meal, can we just have a time frame that you're looking at from the cooking time starting? And I know that you're gonna have to prepare, and you're gonna have to have the food with you, and you prepare for that food. And like we've talked about before, so we're looking at fruits and vegetables, let's say, and preparing for our daily or our meals. We've talked about before, frozen is just as nutritious as fresh, right?
Yes, it is. In fact, I like to have a lot of frozen fruits and vegetables on hand, as well as fresh. Frozen vegetables are picked right at farm level, and they are flash frozen. They retain all of their vitamins and minerals, and they're very convenient. You can have them on hand at all times. So they're a great thing to have and to always have ready for your meals.
And so for the timing of this, we have our food that we have in our freezer or we have prepared. How long does it take for your nutritious meal from the start to finish to get prepared?
Well, for a family of 4, I can prepare a meal in under 10 minutes with things that I have in my freezer.
Under 10 minutes? I don't know of anywhere I can go under 10 minutes and go get a fast food.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yes, and it's more cost effective and it's more nutritious, obviously. So.
And before we get going on the whole the cooking here, which I'm excited for, I see this pan is a little different. Can you explain that pan a little bit?
I like these pans. This is a green earth pan. It's made without Teflon. It has a non-stick, very good non-stick, which is nice because your cleanup is less time.
So it's not Teflon. What kind of material is it?
It is a ceramic pan. The Teflon oftentimes will break down and you'll see specks of Teflon in your food,
Wow.
which is toxic. So I buy these green earth pans. They're pretty. And they have good heat distribution on the bottom. They're nice, so I use these a lot in my cooking.
That's great. And just like Synergy Health Chiropractic and Scaling Down as a local company, this is also a local company, correct?
Yes, so Zeri products.
Okay, great, great. And they're roughly, how much do they cost?
They're only about $25.
$25? How long do they last usually?
They last a long time. If
Really?
you treat them well and you clean them nice and don't put them in the dishwasher, they're great.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get going with the cooking. Bernadette?
Okay, so I have my pan. I'm just going to heat it up a little bit and add a little olive oil. It's a good, healthy, heart-healthy fat that I'm going to add.
What's an alternative to olive oil if they don't want to use olive oil? Like grapeseed, I've heard that.
You can use grapeseed oil. Coconut oil has become very popular because it has a high temperature. It's a monounsaturated fat.
Great.
And it's delicious, so delicious fat. So, any of those kinds of fat. I like olive oil. I always keep a lot of it on hand. I'm going to add in some frozen artichoke hearts. They're great. Artichokes are wonderful. They're full of fiber. They're delicious, and these are nice because you don't have to boil them forever like you do a regular artichoke. So I'm going to add those in.
Sounds good already. And you can find this at pretty much any health food store, right?
And health food store, most markets have plenty of frozen vegetables.
Okay.
I like peppers and onions, so I'm going to add those.
And again, these are frozen onions.
Frozen. And that's what makes it fast, but it's going to taste just as good as fresh. So, and it's really, as you can see, it's pretty.
It is pretty, yeah. It looks great.
A lot of great color. I had some chicken on hand. You can use anything with this: beef, shrimp, chicken, tofu. If you're a vegetarian.
Yes.
Any form of protein you put in. I have a serving for 4 here.
So you don't actually necessarily have to cook the vegetables all the way through before you add your chicken. You just kind of mix it all in right now?
No. Frozen vegetables are always cook up a little faster too than fresh.
Oh, they do?
You add it in. Then I'm going to add a sauce. I like this Thai curry sauce. It's delicious. I think this is going to take about a half a bottle.
I'm going to get a little...
What do you think?
Ooh, it's tasty. Thai curry, huh?
And that's all you do.
That's it right there?
If somebody is sensitive to carbohydrates, you would leave out the starch.
Okay.
You can add potatoes to this or rice. I also keep on hand frozen brown rice.
Brown rice, wow.
So I have bags of this that are ready to go, and I can put this in.
So you don't have to worry about cooking the rice beforehand? You just
No,
kinda add
you can add it in or have it as a side dish. Some people don't want to have rice with their meal.
How do you like to heat it up? I mean, I know some people really like to stay away from microwaves. Is there another way to heat it
I
up?
just take another pan and just warm it up.
Okay.
This I'm going to demonstrate as a cold rice salad. What I like to do in the beginning of the week is make large quantities of rice, quinoa, potatoes, and then I always have them for my meals.
Okay.
So it's a tip that I learned long ago, and it was how I deal with children and busy lives, is having things ready.
That's great. And
to
you
go.
know, I hear quinoa, and my wife and I, when my son was born, we really got into quinoa. And I heard from South America, it was kind of known as the gold grain, the grain of gold, because of the nutrients, and it has every amino acid that we need for our body.
Right.
How much do you like to incorporate the
quinoa.
The quinoa into your
I
diet?
use it all the time. In fact, I make it plain. I put it in my kids' protein shakes in the morning.
Okay.
You can add vegetables to it. There's a million recipes that you can find on the internet for quinoa.
Okay.
It's incredibly versatile. It doesn't have a strong flavor, so that's why you're able to be versatile with it.
That's great. And that's Q-U-I-O-N. I think it's
OA.
OA.
Yeah.
OA. So
That's
we'll
maybe
have
these hard spelling questions.
it's the spelling bee of the day.
Spelling bee of the day.
We'll have that on the blog, the written blog as well, so you can look that up.
So this is a cold rice salad that I'm going to make. This is rice that I've made earlier in the week. I'm just going to throw in some pretty vegetables. This is some raisins
Okay.
I'm going to throw in. And I have my ginger here, and I've sliced up some ginger.
Great.
I'm going to add it in there.
Great decongestant, I hear.
Yes, ginger is very, very yummy. A couple tablespoons of soy sauce. I like to use low sodium soy sauce, it's just preference. I'm going to put that in. And then this is sesame oil. Has that Asian flair. And some people like to add a little honey to sweeten it. I'm not going to for this segment. I don't like honey, so I'm going to...
Now I know there's a lot of people that do like honey, and I hear there's a lot of if you don't have to cut everything out of your diet. I mean, this is not about going overboard. If you want honey in your diet and you like it in here, there's a lot of local markets now that have local honey. I guess you would call them where they make their own honey, I guess.
Right.
And what we found is histamine release or allergies. They have some good properties if you use a local honey. So try to look for that in your farmer's market.
So here you go. your healthy meal.
And we're conversating the whole time.
Your healthy meal for 4.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. Healthy meal. I'm good at multitasking, talking and cooking at the same time. Family of 4. You have your beautiful rice salad, your beautiful chicken and vegetable dish.
Wow.
Yes, and I have a nutritional scorecard for both of these, and I'd like to show that.
Yes.
Do you have
So
this?
yes, we have that right here.
Our fast food meal is 920 calories.
That's without the soda too.
That's without the soda.
So with the soda, it'd be more like 1,100.
11 to
calories.
1,200 calories
Okay.
with the soda. This has 48 fat grams, and there's saturated fat grams, which is never good for your heart. The calories in this beautiful meal, this is divided by 4, of course, is 460 calories. So
Wow.
about half of the calories.
So you're actually
of this.
getting more quantity, and
More
you're
quantity,
getting half
more
the,
volume. Yeah.
and half the calories.
I like to teach volume eating to my clients. I like to show people that eating nutritiously doesn't mean small little quantities of
Yes.
and being hungry all the time, that it actually means being full and being satisfied and being healthy.
Wow.
The fat grams in this are 6.
Wow.
Fiber grams in this are 9, and on this is double at 18. The real kicker is the sodium in this is 1,310 milligrams.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
about over the limit for what you need every day.
And you add that to what we've done for breakfast.
Right,
It's ridiculous how
Right.
much sodium you get in your diet.
right. So people are going to go around feeling awful, and they're not going to know why. This whole meal has 675 milligrams of
Wow.
sodium in it. And most of the sodium came from the sauce. You could probably make your own sauce and lower the sodium that way.
So we're really talking about hypertension and the kind of chronic things we're seeing that's getting more and more in our country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even kids nowadays are getting the type 2 diabetes and the hypertension.
Right,
And
and it's
it's-
due to our terrible eating habits and
That's
our
amazing.
eating our cheap white flour products. The carbohydrates in this are primarily, oily potatoes that have been overcooked, and our white flour buns. The carbohydrates in this are our vegetables and our brown rice, and just a better quality of carbohydrate. And this is contributory to obesity and diabetes in our country.
Okay, so let's talk about the facts here. So we have time, we have convenience, and money. Start with the money. Okay, how much for a family of 4 would this be right here?
For a family of 4 without drinks, I calculated about $23.
$23. Okay, and then how about this meal here?
This is approximately $14
$14. Okay, so
for a family of 4.
for a family, so we have a lot less cost.
Yes,
Instead of fast food, we have fast freezer food in a
Right.
way, because a lot of this is freezed, and we can
Right.
get it right out of our freezer.
right, and you're
And-
done. Dinner's finished.
And we enjoyed a glass of wine and had conversation while we were preparing that meal that took less than 10 minutes.
Yes,
And now the family can sit around the dinner table.
and you're going to feel better and look better eating food like this as opposed to eating food like this.
And I haven't shared this before, but I took the plunge with my wife and my family. I have 2 little ones. I spent the last month diving into this lifestyle, this way of eating. 2 things I found. Our cost. I've saved about $800 to about $1,000 in food. I've also lost 9 pounds. I work out and I thought I was pretty healthy, but staying strict to where I didn't have a lot of the carbohydrates and a lot of the simple things that I would get in the morning when I was really rushed, completely, 9 pounds. And when I talked to a doctor and a registered dietitian yourself, a lot of those fats are actually coming from my organs. There's a visceral fat there that I'm losing, and how healthy is that? Okay, and then
It's
also
very dangerous.
and the convenience.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we're sitting around the table a lot more. We have our kids that are young. They're preparing food with us, which is fun, and we're enjoying it. We're completely enjoying this lifestyle. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next segment, we're going to be doing a full talk on question and answer. These are questions that I've been getting on Facebook, questions that I've been getting through email. People, patients of mine, and also people I meet over Facebook have been asking certain questions. What's the importance of vitamin D? What is the importance of fiber? And we're gonna really tackle those questions.
Great.
Okay. So looking forward to that. We'll see you next week.